we know that Canon with the Mini Vixia X and Zoom with the next model of the Q and Sony with the ActionCam, we know that they are making their cameras, and GoPro with the Hero 5 are making them entirely just for us, just for the BedVlogs. And so since we are ultimately the bosses of all you guys, we understand that you're listening. Scoot a little bit more this way.
Why?
So that the Zoom Q4 can see you better. Sweetie.
And why don't we have one of those expensive low light cameras so we don't have to like run around and turn around all the lights and everything? We could just get one of those ones that takes good pictures in low light.
Those are for the other kind of videos.
Alright, say something about their technical specifications.
Zoom Q4, not 4K. Canon Mini Vixia X, not 4K. Sony is 4K. And this is 2.7K.
The viewer on this one's better.
Yes. We are, and this one is?
The Canon Mini Vixia S.
Yes. We are here to talk about all these different kind of life casting that started as extreme sports utilities.
I see what you're doing here.
What am I doing here, sweetie?
Both of these cameras have good sound.
This is a Hero 3 Plus. We did not get a 4 black because we are waiting for the 5 black in 2016. But we got the Sony up there, which is shooting our wide angle establishing shot. It is 4K when none of these other ones yet are 4K. We love this Canon Mini Vixia X. But Canon, please, 4K! We would find you almost a perfect thing if you were 4K, because you have audio meters showing us when we're peaking. You have very good sound. We recently got this Zoom Q4 on a super sale, Black Friday, and we like it, but it's mainly we're interested where Zoom is going when Zoom go 4K. We know you have the Q8, which is not, sadly, 4K. You have a really crappy display. Look at this display. This is really crappy. See that Canon Mini Vixia X? That's got a good display. Crappy display. The off-axis kind of thing looks horrible on you, Zoom. You should be ashamed of yourself. But Canon, you're doing good job. But both of you need to be in 4K. Sweetie loves 4K BedVlogs, right, Sweetie?
I give a crap about 4K. Because the only thing 4K is useful for that I can see is if you are taking a shot from a distance and you can get a close-up from it that's high-res enough to be another angle. It takes up all our storage. It's like, oh, well, we just don't have enough space. It's only going on fucking YouTube. Who gives a crap? I don't see even the slightest reason that they need to. All it's going to do is make everybody have to buy a whole bunch of like terabytes of like NAS or something. There's not enough storage space in the universe.
There are very legitimate things Sweetie brings up that are important to understand about 4K, which most of you
and I'm not done yet. This may
wait. We may need to take a nap, and have a beer to be prepared for round 2 of that last diatribe.
All I want to know is that I'm not at some weird angle where I have a double chin or my frown lines look worse. Well, actually, maybe I couldn't tell on this one whether my frown lines, how they look. But
Sweetie's pointing to the Zoom Q4.
It has a viewer. At least it has a viewer. This does not have a viewer. The GoPro, I guess this is some kind of GoPro, does not have a viewer. And, I don't want to sound vain, but, it's just harder to do vlogging when you can't see yourself. And you know, somehow Renato does it, and he does it very well.
But if you are doing vlogging or life casting or something like that, you probably want some idea of what you're doing. And for that, we give insane kudos to Zoom with this Q4 that we're shooting with the Q8, both sadly not 4K. That's another discussion. And we really appreciate the cameras that have both the articulating displays that turn around for selfie videos and vlogging. So major kudos to the Canon Mini Vixia X and major kudos to the Zoom Q4 and now Q8 series. And that is something where Sony with, I really love Sony's ActionCam. I really, really love it. But it is great and it's 4K. It's got really good sound. But the Sony on the non-4K model had this fantastic little mini camcorder flip out display casing that you could buy for like 99 bucks. That was great, that turned into a mini camcorder. But they promised, I think, and never made one for the 1000, the 4K model. And that makes me really, really sad. One of the problems I have with many camcorders is that they turn on in your pocket. The best camera is the one you always have on you. For me, the three things that are most important is to have an articulating display like the Zoom 4 and the Canon Mini Vixia X, to have good sound like the Zoom 4, the Sony 4K ActionCam, and the Canon Mini Vixia X. And the best camera is the camera that you have on you. So to be pocket friendly. This GoPro always turns on in your pocket if you have it on your pocket. So that makes it not a pocket friendly thing. The Sony 4K 1000 up there, which I really love, doesn't have a articulating display and it turns on your pocket all the time. I've taken to keeping it in a shoulder camera bag that I carry around. So
basically what you're saying is that none of them are protected from turning on in your pocket.
Except for, that's one of the reasons I love the Canon Mini Vixia X.
It doesn't turn on in your pocket.
Its design, it's got a side lever power switch on one of these sides, and it never turns on in the pocket. It's very sturdily built, and I think it's a perfect pocket camera with the articulating display. And that's probably the camera I'm most looking forward to them doing a 4K model. 4K is a problem if you don't have a really modern current computer.
But you know
and
what's
a lot of
stupid?
disk
Like if
space.
I could take like 4K video and then I take a tutorial and I learn how to give some kind of softening, beautifying effect to myself, why didn't I just take myself in low res to begin with? That seems so much simpler.
So starting next week, we will be shooting the BedVlogs with our 1989 shoulder-mounted Panasonic VHS
we'll think
camcorder.
I'm much younger and more attractive.
We love that, and we're very excited about what they do next year.
Keep your drone on. Actually, that was a real yawn. I wasn't like trying to be mean. Are we the typical customer for these things? I don't know.
Of course we are.
We're like the kind of customer...
These are devices meant to be kept in bed.
We're the kind of customer that they don't realize till afterwards that they
Think
also
about
have. They made
high
this
quality video, good sound.
They made this
wide angle. You know,
Why do you need to be wide angle if you're close up in bed?
Meant for people in bed.
There will be none of that, especially not in 4K. Ugh, can you imagine? There will be no 4K kisses. You're really doing some disgusting sound effects too. We'll have to see how the cameras picked them up.